Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I went about the making of this beautiful camisole made for a plus size person. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell. With that being said, let's get on with the tutorial. For this tutorial guys, I made use of doll face and I have 2 yards here and also my matching thread. I'll proceed to open up my fabric and fold it in 4, making sure that I fold it right sides facing each other. Since this fabric has a length of 60, I want the length of the dress to be about that same measurement. That is why the length is that long. Make sure that everything is well laid. Then the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to start shifting it. That means I'm trying to create like a kind of diagonal line instead of me just marking it in a straight line. So I'll just go ahead to create this effect because there's not going to be slit at the back or side. I also apologize for the camera not showing what the hem of this dress is looking like right now. Let's begin taking our measurements. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to rule a straight line, which is going to serve as my starting line. Then I'm just going to determine how long you want the straps to be. For me, I subtracted 5 inches, just as if I'm cutting an off-shoulder dress. So subtracting 5 inches from the shoulder line, I came down by the armhole measurement. How did I get the armhole measurement? The bust divided by 6 at 1.5 to that. I also came down by my half length measurement, and then 8 inches down from my half length measurement, I got the hip line, and then all the way to the full length. For the full length, I added 1.5 inches to it for folding allowance. I'll proceed to retake this measurement and then connect all these points with a straight line. Upon taking my measurement, I realized that it was small, so I had to move it a bit in order to get a wider circumference. So I'll retake those measurements now. At the upper chest line, I'll just go ahead to divide my nipple to nipple measurement by 2 and add 1 inch to that. For my client, this is 4, and adding 1 inch to that, I have 5. So I'll just mark it at this point. Then at the bust also, I will divide her bust measurement divided by 4, mark it, add 1 inch to that for free allowance, and then half an inch to that for joining allowance. I'll also repeat the same process for the waist and the hip, dividing the actual circumference of those places by 4, add 1 inch to that for ease, and then half an inch to that for stitching. At the hemline, I'm just going to take it all the way to the tip of the hemline. I will use my ruler to connect all these points together. So guys, from my waist to my hip, I'll just go ahead to straighten it, as you can see. Now at the chest line, I will just connect what became the 5 inches to the exact bust measurement without any ease allowance, so that gives me my armhole. Now guys, from the neckline, I came down by 1.5 inches, and I'll just go ahead to connect it all the way to the top. So that will be all for the drafting of both the front and back. So guys, this is what the hem is looking like. Can you see the slanted line that we have created? So that is it. I'll just go ahead to cut all of this out.
Your smile lit up like a sunrise glow, touch so soft where the seasons flow. We met where the...
And with that, we're done cutting the front and the back, and we're just going to go ahead to work on the neckline. So I'll just be taking this little piece of fabric right here, and I'll just go ahead to just measure a little piece of it. I did not measure this using my measuring tape, so you can just eyeball this. I'll cut it out, I'll iron it, and I'll be using it to turn the neckline of both the front and back. So guys, when you're ironing it, you're going to iron it in a kind of curved manner. So you can see this little curve, it should align with the one at the neckline when you want to fix it. Now I'll just place the right side of my fabric facing the wrong side, so when I turn this, I'll be able to have the right side to top stitch on it facing the front. Please, I hope you understand. With that explanation done, I'll just go ahead to sew the neckline just like you can see.
Stars take their flight. Every moment with you feels just right.
With that done, I'll proceed to notch and iron flat the neckline. So guys, after ironing, this is what I have it looking like. So I iron this facing the top just like I can see. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to fold this into 2. I'll fold it 1 and then I'll fold it again. I'm going to make a top stitch on it.
Whisper your name in the rush of the breeze. Love like an ocean rippling with ease. Heartbeats sink into this melody.
I'll proceed to trim off these little excesses at the tip and also iron it flat. So guys, having ironed it, this is what it's looking like. Now the next thing we'll go ahead to work on is on the straps. So for this, I'll just go ahead to use my measuring tape to subtract 5 inches that we subtracted from earlier before, and I'll just go ahead to curve it all the way to the armhole, and I'll just know the measurement. So for me, I have mine to be about 13 inches. 13 inches. So whatever I'm going to be cutting is going to be 13 times 2. That is 27. These are two straps of fabric that I've gone ahead to cut out and also iron. I did not measure the width. So, but as for the length, I'm going to make the length to be 27 inches. And as they are in a fold like this, that is 13 inches. So I'll just go ahead to add half an inch to that. So I'll be cutting this out with 28 inches. So guys, they are going to be placed this way, just like you can see. Now the next I'm going to do is to fold it. So this is actually, I think, about 2 or 1.5 inches, and I'll just go ahead to fold it just like this, fold it again, and then iron it. So I'm just folding it first of all into 2, and then I'm going to now fold those 2 again between themselves. So I'll use my iron to just press it down. So this is what this folded strap is looking like. When I was ironing this, I tried to curve it a bit, especially towards the ends because of the armhole region. Now we're just going to go ahead to first of all pin this to the armhole so that we'll be able to easily sew it when we get to the sewing machine. So from the tip or from the bottom, you just go ahead to pin it all the way to the top. I will do this for the both sides, just like you can see.
Forever wild and free.
So guys, this is me on the sewing machine. To begin, you take off your pins and then begin to sew. Now do make sure that it fits in perfectly, because mine, I had a little bit of excess at one side and then a little bit of sorted at the other side. If you are fixing yours, make sure that they are equal at the both.
Collide like waves on the shore. Every touch leaves me craving more. Eyes meet.
So guys, this is the little bit of shortage and excess at the both sides, although it is not that important of a mistake, but when you're doing yours, make sure they are both equal. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to iron the armhole, iron it out very well. You go ahead to repeat the same process for the both sides. Now the next thing go ahead to do is to join this with half an inch allowance that we left, join it all the way down, and also to weave it. Having joined and also weaved the both sides, this is what I have it looking like. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to fold the hem. So I'll just go ahead to fold it twice, just like you can see. Having folded the hem and also ironed it, this is what I have it to be looking like. And with that guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching this far, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.